Okay, hello everyone. Um, just a few days ago, I published my enhanced volume indicator, and I promised folks that I'm gonna post a quick short video on what it is really and how I use it pretty quickly. I think in future videos, future examples of trades that we're gonna be posting on YouTube, I'll talk more and more about unbalanced volume because it's an indicator. It's been on my charts for years. I probably started using it in 2008. It was 2 years after I started trading. So I've been using it for a very, very, very long time. So you'll hear me talk about it in future videos. But for this one, since I've released the indicator on TradingView just a few days ago, I was not feeling well to do video at the time. You guys can probably notice my voice is still very, very, very stuffed. Got a nasty virus late last week, Thursday afternoon, and knocked me down for a few days. So still trying to recover from it. But here's a quick video. First, how do you get to the indicator? I'll put links in the YouTube description, but you go to my script page on TradingView. You actually get to my profile, and then you go to scripts, and it should be the last script here for you. You just click on it, and then takes you over to the script page. There's a description of what the indicator is. I'm going to go through this quickly. This not going to explain what unbalanced volume is. There is tons and tons of material on YouTube, on the internet, on what unbalanced volume is. But essentially, it's an indicator um, that measures the flow of positive and negative volume. It adds the volume on days when the price rises, and it subtracts it on days when the price declines. The value of OBV here means nothing. It's really the slope of the line, the direction, the uptrend, the downtrend, the divergence with the price. Value means nothing. So add the volume when the day is up, subtract the volume when the day is down. It is very simple. And then, so that's really what this line is. It's available on every charting platform. Um, what I did to it is, let's go just one thing at a time. I added the dots. Purple dots means new high before price, meaning the indicator line is making a new high before price does. So you see here, it's making new high in the last 3 months before the price made new high. Here's the high from the last 3 months here. So it's making highs before the price. And then the cyan color dot is that both the price and the indicator are making new highs, new 3 months high. That value could be changed. So if we go back to let me see here. Let's do let's do the same one. Let's go back. Well, let's just look at this one here, right? So let's open the indicator. Um, you have 3 month, 6 month, and 1 year. You can change that. It's default 3. That's what I use. That's what I always have it. But essentially, this is saying when it makes new high or new high before price, 3 month period, then that would put the dots on. You can change the colors the way you want them. That's my default color. So that's essentially it. It's very, 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 very simple. It's really the same concept of RS line new high and RS line new high before price, but that is based on volume. So I would want to know on the chart right away that volume is making new high before price or new high with price. For me, volume often leads price. And when you're going through charts very quickly, and a lot of them, it's a really, really, really helpful indicator to see that. So that's why I created it or enhanced it. And then really what I added to it is the color. Um, Another concept that adds volume on up days and divides volume on down days is the up-down volume ratio. And if I go back to this, I pulled in here IBD and Investors Business Daily, and the UD concept is something available in MarketSmith. If you go to the weekly charts and Market Smith, let's go back and stay on the same chart. Let's go to VAL. You will see that UD is right here, up-down volume ratio. And that's calculated off of 50-day volume. And essentially what it is, it's explained right here. Up-down volume ratio is another good way to find top stocks under accumulation. The ratio covers 50 days of trading. Divide total volume on up days by total volume on down days to get the ratio. Anything above 1 means the stock is under buying pressure, and then anything on a value of 1 below 1 means the stock is under selling pressure or distribution. So above 1, buying pressure, accumulation; below 1, distribution, selling pressure. And that's really what this is, the colors that I have. It's essentially when the indicator turns blue, that means the value of up-down volume. Right here, I also have it on the volume indicator. It is 1 and above. And then I just have it tiered up as the value increases. So, the value is really not that important, but essentially it's like 1.15. I'm just giving examples: 1.15 to 2.4, 2.5, whatever. So you'll have buying pressure, moderate buying pressure, strong, and intense. The higher the up-down volume ratio, the more intense it is. Anything above 2 is it's intense buying pressure. That number does not really go very high. I've seen it 3, I've seen it 4 before, especially on like power plays when there's massive, massive up volume, power play, high tide flags, but it really does not go that high. It's always almost in single digits. That's essentially really what it is. It's very visual to me. It's my indicator, and that's why I hesitated on releasing that, because this is out of experience, years and years and years, and it helps me visually. So let's take a look at shop. And again, you guys can read more about the up-down volume ratio and then the unbalanced volume. Let's go back and take a look at shop. Okay, so that was a stock that I traded. That's why I'm using it as an example. And we're going to do just again replay. I love this feature. We are going to do that and then walk you through how I use it. It's really just to increase probabilities. This is not a trigger, not a signal. Um, it really is not. You have to continue to find strong stocks with strong fundamental, with high RS, and that are setting basis. This is exactly what Shop was doing. The on-balance volume is just one of the check marks that I use on my chart, nothing more. It helps me visually quickly see that there's accumulation. That's it. Okay. Um, Nothing more, nothing less. So, like always, we'll go through the checklist here for us and how I trade. Here's your uptrend, right? And then here's your base now starting to build, right? You get your base starting to build. Okay, this is potentially a handle. Okay, another way to look at it: here's your wave 1, here's your wave 2, here's your wave 3. Okay, so that stock now is on my radar. I want it. I'm trying to find an entry. Right? You've got red on the left hand side, which is selling, and then you have volume drying up here. That means selling is subsiding. You got another wave down here with a little bit of red, and then you're starting to rally back up on pocket pivots, and then extreme dry up here. Okay, and when the stock was drying, the volume was drying, what do you have? What are you seeing here? OBV and up down volume are confirming the accumulation by institutions. Up down volume goes above 1, so now it is blue, and it continues to change color, means intensifying in buying. So it goes from blue to cyan, to green, and it's still not even broken out, and it's still building the right side of the base. Blue, cyan, green. What does that mean? That means while the right side of the base is building, institutions are accumulating. We go from blue, cyan, green, from buy-in pressure to moderate to strong. Never got to orange, but that's not necessarily. Okay, so if you see up down volume 1.5, and we have not broken out yet, very strong. Okay, and then you're seeing your unbalanced volume making new high before price. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 new highs before price. Very powerful. The way I bought this is, if you watched my IBD session with John, I talked about failed inside day that turns into a buy trigger, um, as an entry tactic, and that's exactly what I used. Okay, so I like it. I like everything I'm seeing. RS line is blue. I need to find an entry. I can wait until the high here and buy it above here and see how this develops, or I can find a lower entry to get in. Okay, and we got a couple of them here. So I'll tell you which one I bought. But this was an entry too. This is an inside day. Opened, made a low, bounced out of 5, and took back the inside day high. You could have entered here, and then your stop all the way below this candle, 3.7% as a stop. This is a pullback buy. You go up, down, then back up, and then you buy it here. Okay. I did not buy this one. Um, the one I bought, I missed this one, and then it put another inside day right here in the pivot. This is again another inside day, and broke the low of the inside day on the day after, and bounced right off of the 21 EMA. What does that say? Just tells you buyers exist. Okay, so I had my buy stop above the high of the inside day right here. So I bought the stock right here. Okay, that's my entry. Okay, and then the stock next day. Um, I knew that. There you go. Broke out. You can add to it here. I don't believe I did. Um, I think I just got my position here, and then I wrote it up. So that's kind of really how I use it. When I see stocks setting up the right side of the base, building the right side of the base, and I see everything else that I want to see, volume drying up, nice base, good fundamentals, and I'm seeing the color goes from blue to cyan to green, or even just blue to cyan, right? And then I'm seeing multiple new high before price, grabs my attention, and I'm very, very, very interested in trading that stock. Okay, I don't have a lot of examples on the opposite, right? When something is setting up, but then the unbalanced volume is not confirming and it's diversion from price, I avoid them. So if this was setting up and unbalanced volume was doing this going down, I avoid that because I want all the probabilities in my favor. There was one, and I just remember it because I was, back in at that day, I was chatting with friends about it. I was Morgan Stanley, and it did set up. I remember it because a friend of mine asked me about it. It did set up here. It was setting up here, right? Looks like it was setting up for a breakout. Um, but that's not something that I would buy. We do have the uptrend, right? And then here's the base start to build. Okay, so that's fine. That meets the criteria. But look at all the red in the base, right? I'll make a separate video maybe on my uh, pocket pivot volume indicator. Explain how I use it. That's why I created it. See how visually very, very easily. It tells me the health of the base. This is not, this base is being dis distributed versus accumulated. I don't want anything to do with it. Yes, we have volume and dry out, but that does not mean I'm interested. All, I need many of my checkbox things to be checked, not just one. And how you see how unbalanced volume is going the opposite direction when the base is building. The base start building here, right? And unbalanced volume is weakening versus getting stronger as the base is being built. I avoid that, and that's what I avoided here. Okay, um, so that's kind of one example that I remember because I was asked about back in the day with a friend of mine. Um, but I don't have a lot of examples when there was diversion because I kick them out. I don't trade them. I don't do anything with them. Okay. Um, a lot of the stocks that I buy have strong OBV. 99% of the time, 95% of the time. You guys know that I'm in ARRY. ARRY made new high before price on this earning gap up, and I bought it right here, right? So I've been watching it, came back down, gave me a really, really low risk entry, um, and I took a shot at it, and I think I'm up 17%. That was really, really, really good entry. But you see how unbalanced volume. Let me zoom out a little bit, okay? And look at what unbalanced volume has been doing while the base is building. Remember what I said. I want to see unbalanced volume going stronger when the base is building. This is choppy, right? I tried this here, right here, and I got stopped out. That's the only attempt I took at array right here, and I got stopped out. But look at what, while this base is building, right? Look what OBV is doing. Started making new highs here. Well, it made new high here, kind of put the bottom, right? Here's your bottom, made new high, and now institutions start accumulating, okay? And now when you're building your base, you got this high, and then you got this high higher than this, you got this high higher than this, and now you got this high higher than that, okay? So it's making new high after new high after new high while the price is going sideways. What does that mean? Institutions are accumulating inside the base. Most likely, there's nothing certain, but that's a good indication. That's what I want to see. That's what I look for. And that's why this stock came back. It was off my list here. It was totally off my list, my larger list. But on this gap up with huge volume, earning, and then seeing institutions are still accumulating because unbalanced volume really held. You see how the price going down, 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 but unbalanced volume is going sideways. It's holding, right? So that's how I got into this one. I'm in VAL right now, um, and I bought this today. I bought it right here. You can. I don't have it, but if I draw this here, this is how I have it. So I was looking at that on Friday, but why didn't I buy it here? Because the market environment was not right. Right? If you guys look at my Twitter feed, I've been holding, 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 right? I bought Array because a few days ago because it was really something I wanted to get into, and it gave me that low risk entry. This was set up here about Friday and last week. You know, the market environment wasn't very very good. And then today when it did the recovery from that same pivot, I got in. Okay, that's how I went in on a stop limit from last night. Here's OBV, right? Stock going down. So again, nothing changes, guys. Uptrend, base building, coupled handle. Okay, nothing changes. Uh, so potentially this is, you can look at it a different way. This is one, and this is two. Is it gonna make a three here? I don't know. Maybe, and maybe not. If it does and gives me another pivot, I'll add to it. If not, I have my position, and we'll go from there. So that's why I bought it. But if you see unbalanced volume, right? On this way up, really strong up, multiple pocket pivots. Not a lot of red, right? Red on the left side, which is fine. Okay. Uh, Pivot forming here, no distribution. Okay. So making new highs, and then now it's going down to sideways. That's okay. And we'll see what happens here. But you'll always see strong OBV line on stocks that I buy. Hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. It's 20 minutes. Didn't really want it to go that far. I wanted to keep those YouTube videos that I make very, 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 very short, like quick nuggets of education and trading and stuff like that. I don't want them to be long. So anyway, hopefully that helps. If you guys want to see anything else, just leave it in the comments. And I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good night.